You're watching Pyro Media Network. Hello, Pyro Media family. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
I love. I love, I love, I love, I love.
Hey, were you shaking your hips to that line, to that
I
music?
was shaking my
I
head
got a little grind up in there this time.
and a little cleavage. I was just giving a little shimmy, shaking my shimmy, just a little bit, not too much, not too much. We want God to be pleased. But Happy New Year and all!
Happy New Year!
Oh my God, this year is shaping up to be an amazing one. I'm excited. I got good feelings about this. What are your feelings about 2024 before we get started?
You know what? I feel like 2024 for me is all about being completely, fully, unapologetically honest and me. And I feel like we're 8 days in and I'm
Yes.
already reintroducing myself to people. And
Mm.
so I'm feeling really free, really
Mhm.
empowered right now. I feel like I put in a lot of tears and
Yeah,
a lot of setups for success in 2023 and I feel like I'm about to execute. How you
absolutely.
feel? Hey, happy new
I'm
year.
just so excited, and this is not the cliche, Happy New Year, New Year, New Year. Nah. This I just have good vibes about what is about to take place for me this year. I'm just so excited. I think over the course of the past few years, I talked about when I went through a season where I did not have any vision. I didn't have
Yeah.
vision because I was in survival mode. And
Yeah.
when you're in survival mode, you don't really have vision for tomorrow because you're just trying to make it through today.
Absolutely.
Well, I can absolutely feel that I have vision for tomorrow and for the years to come because I feel like I have kicked survival mode's ass and I'm prepared
Yeah.
to tackle the coming future. That being said, I just want to encourage anybody that's watching. You can make it. You can make it, boo. Or my family, my guy, my loved ones. You can make it. Just don't give up. All right. Come on, vision. You gotta have vision. You gotta have sight to see beyond where you're at now. You got to have that. And if you're in the season where you don't have vision, don't become complacent. Don't become complacent. Keep pressing, keep pushing, and things will come together eventually for you. All right, Manal. So we are in a new year, and the things have been thinking.
Woo. We had a nice little break, but stuff was popping off.
It really was, girl. But you know what? I have been so entrenched in our LGBTQ space, I forgot that we did pop culture. So I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that was happening on Chasing Reality. Shout out to Chasing Reality, which is a web reality TV show, but it's completely LGBTQ. Like, it's not mainstream at all. It's like LGBT, it's DG. But I said, okay, we're not, there. So I had to come up out of my hole into pop culture in order to get some of this tea that we're going to discuss tonight. But things have been thinking, what about this new logo? Oh my God.
I know, it's so beautiful. Do you see the energy?
Yes, it
I
is.
love this.
Yes.
Look at us being reborn, Walter. Just because we said yes.
Ah,
We said yes. Kwame said he's not gonna kick us off. Like this is
right. The Walt-Bey connection, boo. Yeah, the Walt-Bey connection.
so
Because
grateful.
we are connecting and you are connecting. This is the place. This is the place where we connect with ourselves. And by connecting with ourselves, we connect with one another.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Dr. Holt. All right, so this year we're going to keep things flowing. This year, we got the first class of the year and the first ass of the year. All right, for every positive, there's got to be a negative. So, our first class of the year, is Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson has gone viral here recently because she spoke out about the pay disparity and inequalities in Hollywood. I didn't get the clip, but during the clip, she talked about how she has worked really, really hard to get where she's at, and she thought she could ask for $500,000 for a movie, right? And she would ask for 500,000, and they would counter her with something really, really low, like 75,000, and then they would settle somewhere around 150, and that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, especially being that she is the caliber star that she is. And so she began to talk about that, and she said if she doesn't open the door for the people that come behind her, then what the hell is she doing? And then more stuff just keeps unfolding as they go on this press tour for The Color Purple. I don't know if you've seen the interview where they were discussing. Look at me, gotta get back in. Show.
Come on, Walter. It's time to work.
Right.
Here.
I get it. I don't know if you seen the interview where they were being interviewed about the dressing room situation and the food situation and the car situation. It looks like Taraji Henson had to come in and advocate for the rest of the stars, and I don't buy that Oprah didn't know what was going on. But I'm going to give you your 2 cents, and then I don't buy that Oprah know what was going on. What is your take on what was going on what was said, what's going on?
So, I feel like I have the privilege of having an aerial view perspective because I am the kind of person that sits back and says, how can we see this from everyone's point of view and make everyone's point of view make sense at the time? That's kind of how I approach all situations. So whereas Friday is correct, she definitely needs to advocate for herself and getting her dues. She's put in the time, she's put in the work, she has the catalog to definitely get paid more than what she is offered. I also see how you have studios that don't have a whole lot of financial backing that is attempting to put out these I don't want to say Black stories because they're American stories, but they are driven by Black storytellers.
Absolutely.
And so they're trying to amplify the Black storyteller's voice. There's not a lot of money out there for these stories. And so a lot of times when you're talking about people like Tyler Perry or Daniel Lee or Oprah Winfrey, they are still putting up a lot of that money themselves. They're still,
Right.
Talking
Right.
to certain studios who are willing to executive produce a project, and it's not a whole lot of money out there. So when you're talking about everybody that has to now get paid off of this one project, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of the money to go around. And so I can understand if Black actors and actresses and like even stage people and those that are doing sound and those that are doing production of any of the production roles, if they go to other studios that have bigger budgets, that have larger projects being funded, and they're asking for top dollar, I can see that. I can see you advocating for top dollar because that studio, those producers, they have that budget to pay you that money. But when you're talking about individuals who are Black and they are putting predominantly Black voices on display, generally they don't have that money. Now, could they find it? Could they squeeze more money out? Could they bring more people to the table? Yes, but then that might mean that they have to sacrifice some of the message that they're wanting to get across. So I feel like there's a way for us to work together as a community better, but these conversations do need to be had so that level can be reached.
Okay. So I will give you that. I will give you that. However, for The Color Purple, I'm not giving them that pass. They had $15 million, I believe. They had somewhere in the ballpark $15 million. That's not, so if that would be low budget, okay, sure. For a certain type of movie, that would be low budget. But you got enough money and $15 million to make sure them actors and actresses is eating and got dressing rooms. So $15 million. IJS. All right, so this is our class of the week. We want to definitely support Taraji P. Henson for standing up for not only herself, but for every young Black actress that will come after her. Now, for every class, Miss Bay, Manal, for every class, there is an ass.
We got to talk about the back of the classroom. The back of the classroom exists.
Now, I chose the ass of the week. I want Manal to know. I want everybody to know I chose the ass of the week. Manal did not choose the ass of the week.
Thank you. I thank you for that disclaimer. I appreciate that.
I chose this ass of the week. And I'm going to tell you why I chose him as the ass of the week.
Because you don't like the truth? That's fine. That's fine.
Somebody help me. He provided no beyond. Okay, so he had the one thing about Cedric stealing his joke, right? So I went back and I actually listened to the jokes. Okay, I listened to.
Thank you for the disclaimer coming up. I appreciate you. I may say he is not in this either. He did not choose the ass. This does not reflect Pyro Media.
I went and I listened to the jokes, and I was like, okay, so I can see him saying my joke inspired Cedric's joke, but the jokes are completely different. Yeah,
is that how you gonna play
this? The jokes are completely different.
Oh my gosh, that is no different. That is no different than somebody taking your song and changing a few lyrics and saying, I think this was inspired by Walter, but this is not his song. Like, what?
So
instead of sex in the rain, they're talking about sex in the thunderstorm. And it's totally different. It's totally different, though.
But believe it, that does happen.
So how you feel? Like what?
That happens. It's a part of art. You know, the biggest form of flattery is for someone to mimic. But
I'm gonna let you get it out, Walter. Go ahead. I'm gonna be respectful because I like you.
Yeah. So all he did, in my opinion, was spend 2 hours bitching about everybody else and what everybody else did, big up in himself. I don't know him personally. I just feel like we could have got a lot more information about Katt Williams. We could have learned more about Katt Williams than him exposing everybody else for 2.5 hours. It was amazing.
I think after his 20th special, he might do documentary. My point is, though, Walter,
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no respectful way for one artist to steal another artist and not to credit. One of the things that, I don't know, school teaches you to do is cite your source. So even if you had an inspiration from somebody else's
Mm-hmm.
art, you still need to credit them. And as people who are getting up there doing
Hold
comedy,
on, wait.
they
I
do
got clear. Hold
not
on,
credit
hold on.
anyone.
Excuse me. I don't mean to be rude, but this hole right here. Excuse me, but the hole in the comment section. No.
He said, "This is where the Capricorn split, right here. This is,
Excuse me, but that hole in the Capricorn section in the comments. I'm just waiting. Go
yeah."
ahead.
But so like you credit the people that inspired the work. If
Uh-huh.
you are doing things on the up and up, you're going to credit them, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so that there were Cal Williams didn't have to give receipts. He gave information so everybody else can
Mm-hmm.
go and do their homework. And so what ended up happening was all of this information started to surface. If nothing else, let's say that what Katt Williams was saying was not all fully, completely true. Let's just put that out there. I don't believe everything
Okay.
says.
I'm just reading over here.
People
Okay.
have their perspective. People have their feelings. People have their side of a situation that occurred, right? So I don't believe everything that everyone says, but
Mm-hmm.
there is some truth to things that he put out there, and that
Like
stuff is
what?
coming to the surface. All of the comedians that he said absolutely stole bits from other people and full on sets from people. It's all hidden in the internet. I don't have to necessarily pull it out. They showed the
No,
Cedric the
I want
Entertainer
to
one. They
know.
showed the Steve Harvey one. They showed I even saw the video with what's his face with Bernie Mac talking about how the industry really rose and telling comedians to not do their comedy in rooms of comedians because other comedians will steal their shit. So
No,
like
so I don't want anybody to think I am advocating for people stealing people's shit. Absolutely not. That's not what
so why are you
I'm
calling
not
him the
here.
ass of the week?
I'm
That's
calling
what I
him
want
the
to know.
ass of the week because instead of him, you had 2 hours to give us some insight, and all I heard was conspiracy this, conspiracy that, some shit he done already said. So he done already called out Cedric for stealing this. This is not new information. He
No,
is
but Cedric
recycling
came
old.
on.
He is
No, that's not
recycling
true.
old information,
That's not
and
how it went down, Walter.
then he's shooting shots at Kevin Hart, and I'm like, bro, if you're not gonna
That's
put
not how it
those
went
receipts out
down.
here, how did it go down? How did it go down?
It went down like he settled whatever beefs with people years ago. There are some people he decided that he was going to stay away from, Katt Williams. He was just going to keep his distance. And then there are others he said, we made peace, we cool, moving on. Then they came on to Shannon's show. They came on Shay Shay Club Shay Shay, my bad,
Mm-hmm.
and decided to open up some of these conversations and putting more lies out there. So then Katt Williams said, absolutely not. We're not going to allow these things to stand. I'm going to come on here and set the record straight. And I'm
All
going to
these
send
people.
y'all where y'all need to go so y'all can get the correct information.
So we're saying everyone that he attacked in that special went on Club Shay Shay and had stuff to say about Katt Williams.
I'm going to say,
Because I mean, he put Tiffany Haddish out there. He put Kevin Hart out there.
he said that there are gatekeepers and individuals, if they are open to really allowing true artistry on display from wherever it comes from, whether it be him as Katt Williams or anybody else, then their artwork should be able to stand. They should be able to promote for themselves. They should be able to grow in this industry. He said that Kevin Hart is one of the gatekeepers because he has signed deals behind closed doors to move his career forward. And he has brought in individuals such as Tiffany Haddish because she came through the door that he opened. So he gave that as an example of
you're cleaning that up very well. You're cleaning
I'm
that
just
up very
saying
well.
because I listen.
No, you listen, but you're also filtering because he said that Kevin Hart was stealing roles from him, basically. Like he would come to him with roles.
He didn't say he was stealing roles. He said there
And
was
then
roles that he turned down.
when he turned the role down, then Kevin Hart would take the role and do everything that they asked to do because he was turning the roles down because he was going to survive in Hollywood these 30 years with his virgin booty hole.
Right. So he might have called him out a little bit on some backdoor things, but how much of that is true or not? We don't know, right? Exactly.
So,
allegedly, we don't know.
Go watch the special. You hear what I'm saying? You ain't got to dig for what I'm saying. He actually said what I'm saying.
No. Katt Williams did say that.
Okay.
He did say that individuals who are selling themselves to make it big in Hollywood and to be a part of the elite circle or whatever are selling themselves in multiple ways. They are selling out on their talent. They are agreeing to play certain roles in movies, and they are also offering up their boot holes for roles. He absolutely said all of that. And yes, he did name Kevin Hart in that list of people. Okay. He did not say that Kevin Hart is stealing parts from him. What he did say is there are parts that he has turned down himself, and then he sees Kevin Hart playing them on screen. That is what he said.
I agree. I do agree that 2024 absolutely be a year of exposure. But I'm gonna need us to require some receipts, and I'm gonna need us to require more than someone sitting down saying some stuff we low key agree with or everybody been thinking, or if they're willing to just state publicly some silent rumors that have been in the back room. If they're willing to state it out loud, let's come with some receipts. Let's require some type of.
But Walter, come on now, come on.
I don't agree with how he did it. I don't agree with how, and then I don't agree with him. He catching strays that didn't do it. Like if someone offered you a role and you turned it down, and then I take it, you can't be mad at me because I took it.
No, it's not that he was mad. That's not where he's coming from. You didn't hear it right. You didn't hear it right.
You can't be bitter because when I took it, I did my big thing and I big up, and now my career is on a whole nother level, a whole other playing level than yours. At some point, you have to realize you rejected it. I took it. I did my thing. Now you have the opportunity to do your thing, right? You said no, so I took it. I did my thing. So now our careers on two different playing levels. You can now say I sold my soul. Now all I did was say yes when you said no, and it doesn't mean I said yes to have sex with nobody. It didn't mean I didn't need backdoor deals. All of it was I took a script and then I went and killed it at the box office. That's all that is.
So, Walter, for the sake of time, we're going to move on because we're going to have to come back because we're going to also cover delusions at some point. But
right, because we definitely got to cover delusions because he's talking about Kevin Hart as a plant and he don't have a long history of comedy.
No. What he said was Kevin Hart's information is incorrect because there's no way that he was doing comedy on the West Coast when he's from the East Coast. And nobody had heard of him until a certain point. So he had to have made a deal to make it big. Now you and I both know that it doesn't matter what institution that you're coming from. The institution of Hollywood got a lot of crooked shit. And it's time for it to come to light. So it's not a matter of Katt Williams needs to have everything on text message, videos. He needs to record conversations. But here's the thing. You know, and I know that when people are doing sneaky shit, there's not always evidence, right? But it is now for people to think about their choices when it comes to, betting on people, when it comes to who you support, when it comes to even who you not cheer for and go hard for, because we don't know these people. They are entertainers, and you need to leave them as such, entertainers.
Absolutely. But we also know if you're going to call somebody out, you got to have proof.
That's what's wrong with R. Kelly. That's what's wrong with P. Diddy. That's what's wrong with Harvey Weinstein. That's what's wrong with all of them, is they cover their tracks so much to where even the people that are speaking the truth now say, I want evidence that you have been mistreated in all kind of ways.
There is evidence, though. the problem
So
is
Kevin Hart said, "Go find
when
it."
the
Cat Williams said, "Go find it."
when the evidence is out there and we turn a blind eye, so we may have to do we're gonna have to revisit this one. Okay.
Cat Williams said, "Go find it."
Production
said, "Go find it."
Production says we need to move on. We'll come back to this one because he's definitely the ass of the week. All right. So the things have definitely been thinking, as you all can tell. We're gonna definitely dive into this. I think this is the first time we had a good old debate on screen.
I know. People probably didn't think it had in there.
Right. All right. So moving right up, we're getting ready to get into taking a peek into pop culture, which basically is when we peek through the blinds and just see what's going on. Now, we might not have agreed on that last one, but I think we're going to agree on a few of these. Kelly Price!
We did. Hey.
Are you aware of the story? Are you aware of what happened?
I am.
All right. Now, before the commercial break, I want them to play the clip. Then I want us to marinate on the clip during the commercial break. And then we're going to come back and discuss. Come back and discuss. Okay?
I'm down.
I'm one of the very few artists who have been able to record and tour with both gospel and R&B artists. And the lives that are lived by the people that you worship are despicable and disgusting. My heart was broken when I saw the things that happened on the road with a lot of these artists. Doing shows with these artists, all kinds of stuff. My heart was broken because it was still a part of me that believed that holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. That's biblical also. It took for me to tour and to work and to do shows with these artists that call themselves gospel artists and preachers who tried to get in my bed. That's another story. You won't get it for free. Refuse to give that for free. Some preachers that's all over your timeline and in your YouTube right now, that if they could have gotten me in my bed or in their bed, they would have. But I don't play those games. Fuck a man. I fear God. I fear God.
Because self-care should be luxurious. Luxe Noir.
Hey pilots, did you know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bulletin Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bulletin Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bulletin Flight Radio.
these new graphics. They're just sexy. I feel sexy. Do you feel sexy?
I feel like I need a sneeze, so we're gonna cut out.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to sneeze real sexy though. Okay, let's see if I can do it.
Wait. Oh my God. You took the word. I was just going to ask, can you do it so we can see how sexy
I wanna
it is?
see if I can do it sexy. Just hold
Okay,
y'all. Okay.
okay.
All right, let's go.
Oh my God. Girl, they wearing Kelly Clark, Lord. They wearing Kelly Price out in the comment section. Now, I will say this. I love the fact that Katt Williams wasn't scared to put names out there. I hate when people make all these statements and make all of this whatever and don't put a name out there. That bugs the hell out of me. But Kelly Price, since she made this open-ended statement, what she was basically stating in this video that we just watched, she does also name the 4 judges that she worked with: Jonathan McReynolds, Erica Campbell's, Kirk Franklin. That was it.
Did you say Campbell's like the soup?
Campbell's, yes. Erica Campbell. Yes.
Okay.
So them 3 plus her. And she said that she was the onlyest one
Regularly.
that wasn't fucking somebody else's husband, messing with boys and kids. And what else? Hold on, can you put the post up, Kwame? Do we got that post?
It was cheating, adultery, you know.
Yeah, she named
sleeping with
quite
boys.
a bit of things there. She really let the Lord use her. Do you mind reading the word of the Lord, Evangelist?
Well, this is from the book of Kelly Price.
Yes.
It says, "Yes, Lord, deliver us from Pastor so and so, and pedophiles, deliver us from self-righteous congregants." And we're gonna see this because sorry, y'all, small screen congregants who send their money to liars and pimps in plain sight. Then come deliver me. The nerve you have. I was the only artist judge on Sunday's Best that wasn't someone else's spouse, fornicating or messing with kids and boys, but you have smoke for me. FOH, sorry, I'm not familiar.
Fuck out of here.
Okay. Okay. Let me read that right. Fuck out of here. You ignorant church going brain dead individuals. I'm a child of a preacher, 3rd+ generation, and have no desire to be named among the gospel community.
Wow.
Wonder why? You don't, because you already know what it is and are content to be a part of the cover up that has been happening for generations. My advice: get off my page now, or prepare to have me tear you a new one every time you are here.
So,
Amen.
as the woman of God began to read the text, you know, the only thing that she did say a lot of powerful things, and I want to say I concur with her. I concur with a lot of what she said. But Kelly, we need you to be a little clearer on some of what you're talking about. Who was effing somebody else's spouse? Who was messing with? Now, see, that's the only one I really don't agree with. Now, I don't care if you're cheating on I care.
But according to you, Walter, she gonna need to bring videos and text messages if she give names.
Listen, we're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that right now.
Allegedly, right? Allegedly, these things are happening, and if she
my
named
double
names,
standard, it's my double standard, and I can have it if I want to.
It's okay. We just gonna talk about it, Walter. Nobody gonna lose love, but we know you got them. Okay, and we just need you to know that we know you got them. Okay,
we all do. So I want to know who. I'll go dig up the receipts. I just know she better not be talking about my sexy ass Kirk Franklin.
What? You don't I can't, Walter. I'm not about to do this with you. I'm not about to do this with you at all.
I need my husband I need to know that when my husband is at work, he is being faithful to me and his wife. Okay?
Walter, I'm not about to play this. I'm not about to play this with you at all.
I need to know when my husband is on the road that he is being the man of God that he tells me and his wife that he is. And me and her, we are covering our nigga while he's out there preaching and singing to
Production,
the
are you telling us to move on? I'm not about to do this with Walter today. Not on today.
you don't pray for our nigga while he's out there.
I cannot.
Use him, God. Use him. No matter what may come my way.
It's what I am really appreciative of this is that we are having just more people that are coming out to say no, stop, don't quit, get the fuck out of here. Like we're not. And I appreciate that stance that we are taking because we're moving out of the age of Pisces. It's all about getting in our feels and getting our emotions together and getting in tune with ourselves and getting our minds regulated and getting grounded. It's all of the good things. It's unearthing all of the BS. And now, Aquarius is like, let me throw it at you because it's not mine, it's yours.
Right.
And so I could only imagine also being a PK myself and growing up in that church space. Kelly Price's just true hurt around people that are in the limelight, confirming reasons why she isn't involved in church, confirming reasons why she has decided to be who she is as a person. Because it is a very isolating thing when the community you grew up in, you detach yourself from. And I think we know that. It's a very isolating thing. But beyond that, it's like, it's like, you're so precious. I can't with you. But it's also that thing like, she's saying, how dare you all crucify me? Like I am who I am in front of y'all, and I am who I am when y'all not around. And the people that y'all idolize have two faces, and you can't discern the difference, and you coming after me. And the hurt that she could be feeling from that is deep, and I definitely can understand it. So I definitely hope that she is having the support around her while she is going through what she's going through right now, because she's unearthing a lot for herself personally.
I will say this about both her and Katt. It takes balls, okay, to say something that millions are not going to receive well. Okay. And so it takes, and I shouldn't say balls. Is that a misogynistic statement?
It is a very misogynistic statement because I personally feel like it requires vagina.
Okay, but it takes pussy.
It takes
we're trying to get on. We're gonna get kicked off of this flight.
Can you cut him out? Can you cut him out, Kwame? Because I'll be trying. This be all Walter. Lord.
It takes vagina.
Thank you. Use the word.
Vagina.
I think you need to put a little more emphasis on the
vagina.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
It takes guts to say something when you have that type of platform. This is Katt Williams, it's her, and anyone else, Christian Keys even, if you're going to tell the truth on that level, it takes some guts to say what millions are not going to receive, especially when it comes from a genuine space. Okay, so I definitely want to give her props for saying it. I just wish she would have put a name with it.
Wow, Walter, she ain't got no receipts.
Listen, I done told you this is my double standard. And I just want to make sure that my man ain't out there doing what he don't need to be doing.
Okay, we got a new word, cooch.
Cooch. It
Okay,
takes cooch.
it takes
I like.
cooch.
I
With
like.
a little emphasis on the ooh. Can you sing it out? Sing it out.
Cooch.
Ooh, come on now. You about to make me uncross my ankles. Mm.
Ooh, girl, don't play. I started the show moist. All right.
Okay.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But this is definitely causing a shakeup. Lexi has sounded off. They're pretty much trying to say that Kelly Price is out of her mind. I don't necessarily think she's out of her mind. She might be speaking out of anger. Again, I do hope that some of this was exaggeration. I don't wish anyone is, messing with children, but if they're stepping out of their marriage, I hope that they're being very honest with their mate and things are being taken care of in the most integral way possible.
I just my thing is all of the idols that have been built up unto man need to fall. And however they fall is how they fall. And whoever creates the first crack in the idol, may God be with you.
Absolutely. I love you for that, Manal. So I low-key want to change some of my thoughts on Kevin Hart now that we talked about it. But I'm a bad bitch, and I'm gonna be ignorant in this month, and I'm gonna keep saying what I said. All right, moving right along, tasting the goodness of the biscuit. Funky Dineva, are you familiar with this at all?
Nah, what's up? What's going on?
So for those of you that don't know, I really, really like Funky Dineva, even when I disagree with him. I like his commentary. I like his level-headedness. He's a good mixture of mature and immaturity. He's a good mixture of classy bass and all in the same. A good mixture. He was a member of the show, the Fox show TGIF, okay, which is basically a panel show where they would have 3 individuals and they would basically go over hot topics, almost like A View. I want to say a gay view, but it's not because Claudia's straight. Okay. Through the course of time, they used to come on once a week. Then they went from once a week to twice a week. Then they went from twice a week to 5 days a week. Okay. He said during those work increases, even though they were getting paid for more days, the per work rate decreased. So instead of them being paid $20 an hour, when they went to 5 days a week, it went to $17 an hour.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Exactly. And so what he decided to do, right, Dr. Holt. Oh my God, Fox Soul should have been the answer of the week.
Ooh.
I could have dodged the bullet.
So we gonna consult with you next time. We're gonna run everything from Walter through you. Thank you, Doctor.
He decided that it was not serving him anymore. Funky Dineva decided that it wasn't serving him anymore to be a part of the show, and he decided to part ways with the show. The thing I like about how he did it, though, in my opinion, now I don't know everything that has happened since, but from what I saw from the jump, is he made a very mature announcement. He did not bash the company. He did not bash his co-host. He continued to encourage people to support the platform. It was very adult in the way that he did. Did we get that footage, Kwame? The footage of... Yes. Okay.
So when we were working 2 days a week, we were being paid at a certain rate. Let's just say $20 a show. We were being paid $20 a show for 2 days a week. And when we moved to 5 days a week, they said, okay, we're going to move you guys to 5 days a week. But instead of paying you $20 a show, we're going to pay you $17 a show. And all of us fought it. We were like, well, wait a minute. Why are you cutting our pay rate? You know what I'm saying? And the general attitude was like, yeah, guys, but look, you're still making more money because you got more days, which depending on how you look at it, is true, but we're doing more work that was valued at $20 an episode on Monday, and now on Tuesday, somehow or another, my time is now valued at $17 an hour. Um, it never quite sat well with me. It never quite sat well with any of us. But we decided to push through and just kind of see what could come of the situation. And my agent and I, we negotiated our best, and I ended up folding and saying, okay, I'll go along with it. But instead of signing a 1 year contract, as Al and Claudia did, I was able to negotiate only signing a 6 month contract, wherein at the end of the 6 months, we would have the opportunity to renegotiate um, my pay rate. And my contract officially expired December 22nd.
Mm.
And honestly and truthfully, I had honestly forgot I had even signed or that the contract was coming up for renewal until somebody higher up in the organization called me about 2 weeks out and was like, your contract's up. We just realized that, what are you going to do? Are you going to resign? I was like, I don't really know. Like ordinarily when our contracts are up, we kind of start negotiating those things, 90 days, 60 days out to accommodate for situations like this, wherein, you don't know if somebody's coming back or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so we
Right.
started going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
The people on the Fox Soul side let it be known very
Really?
early on that there just was no additional money,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the case may be. I hadn't heard anything from my agent because she was still
Mm-hmm.
working things out. After I got the phone call from the person at corporate, I called my agent and she's like, listen, they're really just not trying to move when it comes to the money. And I was like, oh, I mean, you know, on some Taraji P. Henson breakdown type of stuff, by the time Uncle Sam takes his portion, I pay my agent, her 10%. By the time I get the check each week, to be honest with you, I can do 1.5
Because
YouTube
we kind of
videos
stuff. Mm-hmm.
and make that money.
I get it. So I'll call you back, girl. I'll call you back. And so the thing about this show, I don't know if you've ever watched an episode, they're magic together. This combination right here is magic. Al is more conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Claudia is, kind of
Not
in
so happy.
between.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a good mesh of all three. He can go as left as you want him to go and as right wing as you want. Like he was that guy. However, I think was a good showing of what it's going to take for us to get what we're worth. Now, two things to be considered. This was not his company. He was hired to do this, right? And they were willing to pay him a particular rate. And then once they wanted him to do more work, they weren't willing to wait. Oh my god, the comments are hilarious tonight. Once they increase the work, they want to decrease the rate. And I think this is what it's going to take for all of us to get what we deserve. When you hear this, Manal, what are some of the thoughts that go through your mind?
Oh man. What I hear is it is rough all over, to quote the outsider, because I feel like artists should quote other artists. Anyway, so so it is woo. So this just speaks to the fact that as Black people, we are getting the short end of the stick in every arena, and like you said, it's going to take us saying we will not accept this anymore,
right?
To really raise that awareness, and then continuously creating spaces for ourselves so that way we can support one another. Now, granted, all of us pretty much got the same pocketbook, so the support ain't gonna be what it's gonna be. We have to circulate the dollars in our own community,
Absolutely.
which is what
Absolutely.
Our ancestors were attempting to do, and because
Mm-hmm.
they saw this coming, right? They already experienced these things. They saw it coming, and we are the ones who lost sight. So I feel like now we are getting back to that understanding that we have to support ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, you can't come to me and ask for $100,000 because I ain't got $100,000. The
Period.
same amount in my bank account that you got in yours, but if about five of us get together, we can put some money in a pot and maybe make some more. Like
Right.
and we have to be accepting of our
Absolutely.
realities, and not gripe and complain, and understand that there's a bigger picture that we are all working for, and that is to
Mm-hmm.
have the freedom to be who we are, the freedom to be the creatives we are designed to be,
Mm-hmm.
and the freedom to build a space for those that are coming after us, so that way
Mm-hmm.
they can do better and more than we are.
Yes. Yes. I love, oh my God, I love when you get on that. It's just, oh, whew, Jesus, you speak to my heart. And
Speak to my
that's not
heart.
bullshit. Like Manal, when she really starts talking about us coming together, us meaning Black people, melanated people, when she talks about us coming together, that's her shit. That's her where
Hey,
she's at.
I
Now,
wake up and put my shoes on.
one thing I love about how he did what he did, and I try to live by this. He was leaving, but he was not tearing down his ex co-workers who did nothing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like he did a really good job of managing blame and not playing the victim. This is a
Mm-hmm.
choice I'm making, but I just want you to understand why I'm making this choice. If you were to watch the whole thing, he even encouraged people to continue to support the show. Okay. Now he has definitely moved on. He's definitely moved on, and I read in the comments section. I guess he's saying he's going allegedly. He's going live every night at 8. I think that's the same time they go live. That might be a little messy, but if I had to choose, I'm watching his. But but I like the fact that he was not. It didn't seem like it was real petty, and it didn't get childish. And that, in my opinion, that's how you make an exit when it's time to exit the building. What are your thoughts on that?
You know what? As a person who right now is in transition,
Mm-hmm.
leaving a place that does not serve me, um, I definitely can relate to the notion of wanting to remain, um, professional, wanting to be
Mm-hmm.
informational, wanting to be, um, also insightful in the way that I operate.
Right.
Now that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be, extremely um, direct about the bullshit.
Period.
Um,
Here, come
but
on.
because you
Mm-hmm.
need to understand why I left, and y'all need to fix the shit for those coming after me.
Right.
But
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
but when you recognize who you are while
Mm-hmm.
you're in transition, that gives your transition a lot more peace and a lot more clarity, and it also allows you to access some peace within. It also allows you to access that love that you need to have, right? Because you have an understanding of who you are, and you remember that all things work together for your good. You remember that what God has for you is already set up for you.
Period.
You just need to be open to the change. And then you also remember that you are called to have an aerial view about all things. And so
Mm-hmm.
you don't have time to be in the petty shit down below like everybody else. You have an aerial view of your life, your purpose, and
Mm-hmm.
what you can do being just who you are. And you don't have to do the drama. Just walk away.
Absolutely. But see, I like tea because I like to know how I'm supposed to pray for people. And I think Dr. Holt gave us some insight on how we need to be praying real quick. Hold on. Because see, he just gave us some interesting alleged information, if you will. Well, story has changed, Walt. This is Dr. Holt talking. He had 14K in his chat. TGIF only had 3K. Allegedly, Claudia has been shady in the background. And Dineva said he's not being nice no more. Well, you know what? I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. I'm gonna follow this. I'm gonna follow the hell out of this.
Allegedly.
No, the what he said was allegedly. Me following this, that's fact.
Well, I mean, you jump on and ride it, you do that.
Only because I need to know how to pray. I just need to know how to cover them in prayer. I don't want to be over here praying for this. God is saying, do this. I don't want to be out of the will. Have your way, oh God.
You want to be that covering.
Yeah, somebody need to be covered. While they do the work of the Lord.
I can't.
No, but we want to welcome everyone to the new year. We have some amazing things planned next week. We will be talking about vision.
Come on.
And this time, because again, I know this time I'm gonna let Manal drive the conversation about vision, and I believe we're going to really leave enriched and learning things. Manal, how can the people follow you on social media if they want to connect with you?
Well, y'all can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube under Miss Bay Windows. And I know my Cash App was up there. So if I want to bless my life as I am moving forward in all things Manal, Miss Bay, please support. And I am grateful for whatever y'all do to help me move forward.
Absolutely. And you can do the same for me on all social Walt-Bey. Yeah. Walt-Bey. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Walt-Bey Connect. Walt-Bey. I got to get rid of that one. That was from when I was a pastor.
You so precious. It just took you all the way back.
Yeah.
Kind of made you stumble a little bit. We're not going to be airing next week because it's MLK Day.
So next week we will not be airing. We will not be talking about vision next week. But the following week, we're talking about vision. Yes. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Walt-Bey Connection. And that's right, Walt Franklin, because I got my kids. On TikTok, on Facebook, if you type in Walt-Bey Connection, you will find me. You can also give to me on Cash App. I don't mind them saying I beg for it. Walt-Bey Connection there too, Walter Bernard. Above all, we just want you to know we love you. I love doing this, Bernard. Do you love doing this?
Man, I enjoy this so much.
Absolutely. Well, until next time, this is your boy Walt-Bey and Manal Bay saying, stay blessed.
Stay connected.
Stay connected and blessed.